All right, listener, are you ready to get a little adventurous with us?
I hope so.
Because we are going deep into the catacombs
Oh,
with
yeah.
Clank, catacombs that is, and we are armed with the rule book and the token reference guide.
That's right.
So if you've ever wanted to know how this game works,
Yeah,
what makes it tick,
absolutely.
what's so special about this new version,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to find out.
We are going to find out. And this one, you talked about the rule book and the token reference guide.
Yeah.
But really, the heart of this exploration, the thing that sets Catacombs apart, is the way the dungeon is built.
Okay.
It's modular tiles,
Oh, wow.
which means the layout changes every single game.
So every time you play, it's a brand new experience.
That's right. Yeah, completely different.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so before we get too far into the catacombs themselves,
Right.
can you just give us a little, a brief overview of the core Clank gameplay? Like, what is it all about?
Yeah, so imagine you're building a deck of cards, okay? And this deck of cards powers your actions in the dungeon.
Okay.
So you want to move further? You got to grab those boots.
Gotcha.
You need to battle a fearsome creature. Better have a sword handy. And of course, the more treasure you snag, the louder you get, which attracts some unwanted attention.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where the Clank comes in, right?
That's exactly where it comes in.
It's a delicate balance.
It is a delicate balance between getting the treasure and, not making too much noise.
Yeah. You don't want to wake the dragon.
You really don't.
Yeah. So speaking of treasures, we were looking through this token reference guide.
Yeah.
And there's some really interesting stuff in here.
There is.
One thing that I saw was a monkey idol.
Oh, yeah.
What is that all about?
Well, it hints at a deeper narrative that runs through Clank. It's a lesser artifact for sure, so it's worth a few points.
Okay.
But it really sparks the imagination, right? Are we talking ancient curses, mischievous deities,
I like that it's like a little piece of the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another token here that caught my eye, and it's called the Cursed Crown.
Oh,
That doesn't sound good.
that one is a major artifact
Okay.
for big points.
Okay.
But there's a price to pay.
Oh.
So that's where your decisions come in, right?
Yeah.
You can take that risk.
But go big or go home.
Or play
Okay.
it safe. Go for some smaller treasures and avoid the drama.
So it's not just about getting the biggest, baddest treasures.
Right.
You gotta be a little strategic, too.
Absolutely. You got to think about it.
Okay, so you mentioned before that Catacombs uses those modular tiles for the dungeon layout.
Right.
How does that actually, change the game? Does it just make it prettier, or is there more
No,
to it?
It is prettier for sure, but there's definitely more to it. It's unpredictable.
Okay.
So you might have this plan,
Mm-hmm.
this route you've perfectly planned out,
Right.
but then the tiles are revealed,
Right.
and it's totally different.
Ah.
So do you stick with that plan,
Oh.
or do you go for a different objective?
Wow. So it's like the dungeon's fighting back a little.
The dungeon is absolutely fighting back, yeah.
And it's not just about, navigating, is it? What else could be on those tiles?
Oh, you could have hidden passages, secret chambers, who knows?
Nair.
Anything could be lurking behind those walls.
I like it. Okay. So we've got modular dungeons, mysterious artifacts. We've got the dragon lurking.
We've got it all, yeah.
This is sounding pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, and we haven't even gotten to the new elements that Catacombs introduces.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. So we've got insight cards.
What are those?
They offer powerful abilities, game-changing decisions.
Okay.
And then we've got guardians,
Guardians.
tough enemies guarding specific treasures. So it really adds a lot more depth.
So it's like they took Clank and they said, how can we make this even better?
Exactly. How can we turn it up to 11?
Yeah. All right. So that's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But listener, why should you care about all of this? What does it actually mean for your gaming experience?
It means you get a truly immersive experience.
Yeah.
It's not just a board game.
Right.
It's an adventure.
Okay, yeah, so speaking of adventures, those insight cards that you mentioned.
Right.
What are some of the cool abilities they have? What do they actually do in the game?
Okay, so picture this. You're deep in the dungeon,
Yeah.
right? And you pull an insight card
Okay.
that lets you teleport
Whoa.
to a different part of the catacombs.
What?
So maybe you can bypass some dangerous area or snag a treasure that's out of reach,
That's awesome.
or even escape from the dragon
Oh, man.
if you need to.
That sounds pretty powerful, though. Doesn't that kind of break the game a little bit?
Not at all.
Okay.
They're very carefully balanced.
Okay.
So there's usually a cost
Gotcha.
or a limitation.
I see.
So you might have to discard some other cards
Okay.
to use it, or maybe you can only play them at certain times.
So you really got to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the guardians you mentioned, they're guarding these treasures.
Right.
What makes them so tough?
Well, they have these unique abilities
Yeah.
that can mess up your plans. So some might make you discard cards,
Oh,
others block your path,
wow.
and some even steal treasure from you.
No way.
Yeah, they're like mini bosses.
Oh, man, that's cool.
You gotta watch out for them.
So you can't just barrel through the dungeon. You got to be a little more strategic.
You gotta be strategic. You gotta
Yeah.
be smart about it.
So we were talking before about how some artifacts have special effects.
Right.
And I saw this one called the Master Key. Ooh, that sounds interesting. What's that one do?
Okay, so that one isn't about the points directly.
Okay.
It's about flexibility. So you can unlock hidden paths, maybe bypass an obstacle, or get to a secret area.
Oh, cool.
It's all about cunning and being clever.
I like that. So it's like a secret weapon.
Yeah, you got it.
You don't know exactly when you'll need it, but you know it's going to come in handy.
Right.
And then I saw there are some tokens for secrets. And they have like symbols on them, like goblins and tombs, and even a giant worm.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on there?
So those are like mini quests,
Okay.
like a challenge within the game.
Okay.
You know, so maybe you defeat a group of goblins to get a treasure,
I see.
or you raid a hidden tomb,
Wow.
or maybe you have to outsmart that giant worm.
So there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
It's not just getting the treasures.
No, it's not.
It's like a whole story.
It is, and every time you play, that story's going to be different because the dungeon's always different.
Right. Those modular tiles.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got secret quests, we've got modular dungeons, we've got all these cool artifacts, but there's one thing we haven't talked about in detail, and I feel like it needs a little more attention.
Okay,
The dragon?
the dragon.
You mentioned it a few times,
Yeah.
but how does it actually like play into the game? Is it just like a looming in the background, or does it actually get involved?
Oh, it gets involved. It's an ever-present danger.
Okay.
And it's the reason you can't just grab everything.
Right.
You know those Clank cubes we were talking about?
Uh-huh.
The ones you get when you explore and get treasure?
Yeah.
Those go in a bag. And throughout the game, we're pulling cubes out of the bag.
Okay, and what happens when you pull out a cube?
Well, let's just say the dragon doesn't like noisy adventurers.
Oh, so what happens if it's my color?
If it's your color,
Oh.
well, depending on the card,
Yeah.
the dragon might attack.
Okay.
So you could take some damage. You might have to retreat.
Oh.
They could even cause cave-ins, block your path,
Wow.
make things really chaotic.
So the more Clank I make,
Yeah,
the more the dragon's gonna be like, hey, what are you doing down there?
exactly. The dragon's gonna notice you.
Okay, one more token here that I wanted to ask about.
Right.
The teleporter.
Ooh.
Does that mean, like, I need to take motion sickness medicine or something?
No, you don't need medicine for this.
Okay.
Think of them as shortcuts
Okay.
through the dungeon.
All right.
So you need to make a quick getaway from the dragon.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Teleport somewhere safe.
Well, that's cool.
Or maybe there's a treasure that's just out of reach.
Yeah.
Teleport over there and grab it.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
They're pretty handy.
So there's a lot of ways to move around this dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Tons of options.
You gotta think fast.
Got to be quick on your feet.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different elements here.
Oh, you have.
What kind of player do you think would really love this game?
Someone who likes a challenge,
Okay.
who loves to explore,
Uh,
you know, loves a little strategy, but also likes a little bit of luck.
so it's not all just plan.
It's not all planning, no. Sometimes you got to improvise.
We gotta go with the flow.
Exactly, yeah.
And those modular tiles really add to that, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because you never know what the dungeon's going to look like
It's different every time.
every single time.
And what about playing with friends? Is it fun with other people?
Oh, it's a blast to play with friends because, you know, you get to watch them scramble for treasure
Uh-huh.
and you hear all that clank echoing through the dungeon.
And then you're all trying to escape.
We're all trying to get out of there. Yeah.
Okay, listener, so imagine you're standing at the entrance to these catacombs.
All right.
You've got your torch. You've got your backpack ready to go.
What kind of adventurer are you going to be?
Are you going to be the one who runs in and grabs everything?
Yeah, are you a risk taker?
Or are you going to be like, okay, I need a plan.
A plan.
I'm going to be very meticulous about this.
Right.
This sounds like a really cool game.
It's a really fun game.
There's so much to it.
So much going on.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Clank Catacombs.
That's right.
We explored the dungeon. We talked about all the cool stuff.
All the treasures and the dangers.
The Dragnin.
But now it's your turn, listener, to start your own adventure.
Yeah, go out there, explore the catacombs.
Be careful, though.
Be careful. Make some noise.
But not too much noise.
Not too much.
The dragon is listening.
The dragon's always listening.
Mhm.
Through ancient depths beneath my feet. The bones of dragons spell defeat. Cold stone walls guard their deceit. No mortal dares retreat. Portals twist through space and time, while treasures tempt with their sublime. Lost souls call from cell to cell in this dungeon's hell. Clank, where shadows creep, I am the force that wakes the dead from sleep. Clank, secrets to keep, your fate in these depths forever to read. The tiles shift with each new path, as Umbrock stirs with ancient wrath. The ghosts they dance and weave around through halls without a sound. By deck we build our might, through chambers deep in endless night. Each card play could seal our fate, as dragon's fury we navigate. Prisoners calling through the stone, fortune seekers not alone. Each step echoes what's at stake, as ancient slumber we awake. Clank, catacombs, where shadows creep, I am the force that wakes the dead from sleep. Clank, secrets to keep, your fate in these depths forever to reap. Escape or die today.